Welcome back, MV peeps. Now we have the 2025 Brick and Mortar GYROPALOOZA box. Very nice. Very lucky to grab one of these. Big shout out to Great Lakes Disc for supplying both of my GYROPALOOZA boxes. The best retailer here in Michigan. Definitely check them out for all of your disc golfing needs. Well, let's get into it, and hopefully we are lucky and get the golden ticket. So a couple things I'm really hoping that I get in here is the beam. I've been seeing them online. I really would love to get a beam and a bokeh, a bouquet, however you say it. Tell me in the comments how you say it. So those are the two that I'm really hoping to get. So let's see what we got. Doesn't look like we got the ticket. We got a nice color variety in here. All right, well, let's start it out. Oh, very nice black on black with the gold stamp. 173 Inertia. Very nice. Inertia 9-speed. I believe it's a -2 turn and a 2 fade, I believe. But it is a bit similar to the Tesla. It's very nice, but this black on black is super clean. All right, on the next one. Oh, what do we got here? 172 gram Photon. All right, well, we pulled a wave on the last box, got a Photon on this box, another high-speed driver. So we got a -1 turn and a 2 fade. I used to throw waves and Photons back in the day, but I don't know, I might have to give them another shot. Like, I was doing a Photon, it was too stable. Then I went to a wave, was perfect. Then I started flipping the wave, and I kind of just took them out of the bag and never really looked back. But I should give them another shot. But it's very, very gummy and a nice glittery orange rim here with the new color schemes on the stamps. All right, next we got a teal Proton 174 gram Volt. Oh, a Volt. I love a Volt. So kind of like Simon, I used to do the Tesla. Tesla was my go-to workhorse driver. Eventually it just started not really doing what I kind of wanted to do, and I switched to a Volt 8-speed driver, and has that dependable finish. Great for all levels of play. Amateurs to, you know, pros like Simon. Great disc. I use it for predominantly my forehand. It's a great forehand disc for me. I can get it to flip up, has a little bit of turn, mainly a straight flight with a dependable finish. I believe it's a 0 turn and a 2 fade. Very nice disc. I love my Volt. So this one will be a nice backup, nice clean, clear teal plate. All right, next we got the orange and teal rim. This was 170 gram. What do we have here? Oh, a Virus. Virus is a nice understable driver. I think I've thrown one a couple of times. I normally don't have a Virus in the bag. I'll put it in there like in hopes to use it, but then when you play tournaments and league rounds all the time, it's hard to pull out a new disc to give it a go when it's like, you know, scores are on the line. So I just need to get out to the field and just, you know, give it a rip. But I know a Virus is a nice disc. I believe it's a little bit more of an understable driver. But yeah, definitely. If I'm not mistaken, it might be a -3 on the turn. I'll have to look it up. But great color scheme here. Kind of like a pumpkin plate. All right, ooh. What do we got? Like the Particle Proton looks like. 176 gram Uplink. Great disc, great beginner disc. Slow speed. I believe an Uplink is a mid-range. I'm not familiar with the flight numbers. I want to say it's more of an understable one. I'm not sure. But yeah, not a bad find. Nice little particle plate in there. It might have some glow to it. I should have had my glow light. All right, next we got blue and green 166. I got a lightweight disc, Axiom. Ooh, a hex, another hex. A little bit lighter than I'd like, but great mid-range. Definitely recommend to all players, especially if you're a new beginner player. If you're a little bit newer and you don't have a high speed arm for throwing, I would say this might be on the little bit more of an overstable disc. So if you see other people, higher speed arms, pros throwing a hex, they're going to get a straight flight, maybe some turn on it. But for the amateur beginner player, it's going to probably be more of a overstable mid-range. So you might need to drop down in stability. But overall, a great disc. I love it. I bag it all the time. Oh, we got a Lab Second Glow with a golden stamp on here. What do we have? A watt, 171 gram watt. I actually haven't thrown a watt. I've been curious on giving it a try, but I do have one glow round left, and this might be in the bag for the last round. It looks, I believe a watt is pretty much a straight flying putter, so we'll have to give that a shot. Definitely nice. We got another glow disc here. I like how MVP has changed up their design with the different foil colors. And we have a wave, 174 gram wave. So I have many glow Eclipse waves. For when you're playing glow rounds, at least in my area, when you're playing glow rounds, they are in shorter courses, so a wave is a bit overkill, but it is definitely a good disc. A little bit more disc than an amateur should have, but if you're an intermediate player, definitely a great disc. Has that -2 turn with the 2 fade. Ooh, look at this. Got that lime green Proton plastic with the beautiful red swirly rim, and I happen to see we got the bouquet. Oh, I'm so excited. It's not stamped with a weight. I'm not sure. It feels like it might be max weight, and got the gold foil on it. Beautiful disc. So I had gotten one when everybody went to the GYROPALOOZA in-person event from the golden tickets last year. So there was a lot of scalpers that were posting pictures online at the event, and I bought one, a watermelon colored bouquet from somebody there, great seller, and I love the disc. Very Crave-like. It's just pretty much flies just like a Crave, but a longer Crave. I really enjoy it. I've only thrown it a few times, but here in Michigan, it's starting to be in that winter months. I'm not out there throwing, and it might replace my Crave. I'll have to have a few more throws with it, but as far as the first couple that I've done, I really love it. Simon line. Simon's really on point with all of his discs. Great disc here. All right, we got another high-speed driver here. Looks like it's fission plastic. Got some nice dome. I don't know if you can hear that. The heartbeat. Very pretty. Pink plate with a teal rim. Has a little bit of swirls in there. A little swirl of purple. Green stamped. 174 Mayhem. So I've never thrown a Mayhem, mainly just because I kind of stopped at 10 speeds. I pretty much like my 9 speeds. I'm a big shift fan. I love the Streamline shift, the St. Jude's fundraiser disc. But I did have a trail. I really loved the trail. Took it out of my bag. It's kind of stopped doing what I wanted to until the fishing trails came out. So now I bag a lightweight fishing trail just to get some extra distance depending on the wind. But that's about it. I really don't go up past 10 speed. So I've never really gave a Mayhem a whole lot of throws. I'm sure I've probably thrown it here and there just to see what it's like, but it's just, for my arm speed, I'm not going to get the flight that the disc was made for. Unless I'm like in a severe headwind or some crazy, you know, downhill hole. But hey guys, sorry about that. I had some technical difficulties, but we ended on the Mayhem. I pretty much said everything I needed to say about it. Pretty looking disc, too much for my arm speed. Okay, so next we have an R2 Impulse. Haven't really thrown an Impulse very much. 172 grams, if at all any. I am not familiar with the disc. I will have to give it a couple of throws just to see what it's like, but it looks like it's more of a fairway driver. But yep, R2 Impulse, we'll have to give that a shot. Next we have, what do we got here? Ooh, an R2 Hex, another Hex. Great swirly purple and pink rim. I'm a huge pink and purple fan. 171 grams. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Get a Hex. If you haven't thrown a Hex, give it a try. Great disc. Good for all levels of skill. Love my Hex. All right, now we're into the guaranteed disc. So what do we have here? The Pyro 177 gram Superman colors here. Very nice. Oh, a purple and silver stamp. Nice flashy colors here. Great overstable, dependable fade, mid-range. You know, for me, it's not a disc that I'd use all the time, but for a shot that I want and need it to go left, no matter what the wind is doing, this is the disc. Okay, now for the Boost, the Eagle McMahon Boost. Very nice, pearly, see-through, clear disc. Got some swirls in the rim. 171 gram. Eagle does some crazy nice designs on his disc. Excited to try this one out. I haven't thrown a Boost, but it looks like it might be a great disc. All right, now we have the Echo. Nice little pearly peach color. 176 gram. Very slept on mid-range. I would say if you haven't thrown one, give it a shot. It's been made popular by Silva, but otherwise very slept on disc. I actually kind of like it. A little bit more of an understable mid-range. Very good disc for a beginner player to an intermediate player, even up to a pro. Like Silva throws it all the time. Definitely give an Echo a shot if you haven't thrown one. All right, next we got the 10th year anniversary Wave, 173 gram. Unfortunately, no golden ticket. I was hoping to get the golden ticket in this year's box. Watching all the videos of the GYROPALOOZA in-person event for this year, so envious of everybody that got to go. It looked like a blast. Being able to meet all your favorite pros, doing all the side activities, getting some of the new releases. Definitely something I would love to go. Hopefully next year. Maybe I might buy another box this year. Well, we'll see. Good disc. And next we have the Particle Proton Particle tongue twister here. We got the plum colored rim, and it is 175 gram. So excited to see what this actually does. I've never thrown a particle, kind of curious, and it looks like it'd be a nice lofty gliding disc. Well, that's it everybody. The best find in this one was the bouquet. I'm so excited to have another one. But overall, didn't get the beam. Wish we got a beam. Wish we got the golden ticket. But I'm excited to have the bouquet. All right, guys. Catch you on the next one.